We have a really rare pinball by Gottlieb. Excalibur came out in '88, and they only made 1,710 of these, and very few people have seen it. You can see it's a rich blue theme. Some people say, oh, it's got the Black Knight look to it, but we've decked it out with some LEDs. And what's surprising, there's very few general illumination lights in this machine. There's only 14 bulbs, or 13 light bulbs that light the field. That's it. The computer-controlled lights are under the field and they're all running. But what makes this so nice is all the drop targets, your green and blue here, everything's color-coded, your 2 yellow bank and then your red bank up at the top. The pop bumper here, we've put a color-changing LED in, and it's got this neat-ass ramp here. This is just fun. You shoot your ball up, it comes through this, it goes up. If you shoot it hard enough, it'll roll through either lane, and of course this will flip back and forth. You remember that from Road Kings. They had a smaller one in that. And a few different companies, I guess, use this this pulley over the years. It just flips one way or the other. But lots of fun stuff to do. I would call it a good basic pinball machine. 2 capture holes. So you go into this hole or that hole. At some point you'll finally get multi-ball.
Capture hole. Capture hole.
What?
I was showing the capture holes. I was on the cabinet.
This is my video. Okay, Kurt was showing that's actually not a capture hole. It goes in there and then it rolls down. How's that? That's better. Okay, you know what? You're right. Actually, this is kind of odd because it drops in there and then rolls down. But there's 4 flippers, the 2 regular ones and then the 2 mini ones. It uses the stronger coils down here and the weaker ones up here. The old coils that used to run like Close Encounters or the Third Kind are up here in this flippers. Oh, a little bit of advertising. In the back here, oh, I always like this display. Gottlieb moved the display up here because they said people couldn't see the score. The earlier games it was down here. So they pumped it up here and then they put these big ass numbers up there. So you have a nice big bright display, but it uses the system 80B with a little board here. I think I showed you in an earlier video. You have to take this board out and you have to take this whole thing out and reflow silver or solder. You don't have to use silver solder on the back end of this board and then resolder it to the main board. And that board will run for another 100 years with no problems. Make sure you change your battery to lithium and put the blocking diode in so you don't have any problems. Reheat your power supply, tighten your screws, and that'll run forever. You squirt your 5-volt pot here. Also, remember Gottlieb ran out of transistors on the playfield. Tighten these screws, reheat the connectors, tighten the screws. Make sure your jumper is in. Gottlieb put that extra jumper in here on all the games after Arena, so you didn't have to do that. And make sure you have jumpers here. See that connector? That runs these 3 transistors. Older boards have a diode. Take the diode out and put a staple in there, a jumper wire. Now, that's another upgrade. And make sure you clean all the foil on here. We use a fiberglass eraser. It does a great job. The eraser company in New York sells this wonderful tool. And we clean all of our contacts that way. This top locks, but for show we just close it like this. I'll just show you. Eventually that'll lock on the side. It's more of a pain in the ass. We do lock it later. I didn't do an extensive video on this, but your first shot, of course, you want to go all the way up. I didn't pull it all the way back. So the next time you want to pull all the way back so it goes all the way up. Lots of things to do. And the nice thing is your flippers can actually reach these 2 targets. We have this thing propped up a little higher than it would be if we were playing on another machine. This swing target up here gives the clopping sounds of the guy. If you go up the center, it does the same thing. This switch here. So you want to go up here and around. Remember, if you do one of those short little bitty shots here, it'll go up here and just drop right through and it won't continue. But great color coordination game. That's how you lock your stuff up. So when I go up here now, oops, yeah, I fudged it a little. I can fudge stuff. It's my video. It's my game. Now you get 2-ball multi-ball. And then your shields tell you which colors you've had lit. What great sound. Remember these sound? The soundboard's similar to Robo Wars. Another fantastic game in TX sector. Your jackpot's building up. You want to get these targets down to collect. You know, I should do an understanding video, understanding pinball on this game, but I don't have time. We're shipping this, I think it's going to California. A rock star is buying this. He loves pinball machines. Can't tell you who it is, but he's buying it, and he's going to have a lot of fun with this. This is the first of 6 games we're getting ready for him. We hope he enjoys it, and we're glad you guys got a chance to see a pretty rare game.
We're in the yellow pages under amusements.